Hey guys, welcome to day 2 of distance learning. We're still reviewing parts of a fraction. I'm going to go through the first few pages relatively quickly because it's a lot of what we did yesterday, and then I'll focus more on using fractions or with words, explaining what the fraction is with words. So again, I want you to think about it. Fractions always show equal parts. If the shape is not broken into equal parts, then you cannot consider it a fraction. Here's a perfect example of 2 birthday cakes getting cut up for the party. This top one right here is getting cut into equal parts, 6 equal parts to be exact, and each part is 1/6. And today I'm going to focus more on the verbiage and how to say fractions, because you're also going to learn how to write them. We don't say 1/6 again. It's 1/6. It's like you're in 6th place, and it's spelled here with a THS. Now back to the equal parts. The birthday cake below is also cut into 6 pieces, but they are not 6 equal pieces. Therefore, they are not fractions. So we want to make sure that if it's a picture and they're not equal, they are not fractions. Okay, we're going to move on to the next slide. And we're going to now talk about unit fractions. Unit fractions help us understand other fractions. So here's the example we're doing today. A unit fraction has 1 in the numerator. 1/4 is a unit fraction. You can't call a unit fraction and say 3/4 is a unit fraction. It's naming one piece. So the unit means one piece. So when I'm asking for what is the unit fraction, it's always going to have 1 in the numerator. Because here, this shape has been cut into 4 parts, and each part is a unit. So this one part is 1/4. So then this second piece that I'm pointing at is also 1/4, which means this piece is again 1/4. And the last piece is 1/4. We're naming each piece or each unit is 1/4. So if you know the name of one part of the whole, you can count to the name more parts of the whole. So if this is 1/4 and we add another 1/4, then we know that those two shaded are what? 2/4. But each piece is 1/4. Okay? Next slide. So here we broke it down a little bit more, and you can still see the 4 equal parts. Each piece is 1/4. As we add each piece and we shade each piece, that's how we get 3/4, because there are 3 pieces out of 4. So we're adding 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4, and that's how we're getting 3/4. That's how I want you to understand how we're coming with the fraction 3/4. When you count, you want to count 1/4, and then you add another one, 2/4, then you add another one, 3/4, and so on. So if we were to shade, and I'll go ahead and shade this one here, if we were to shade the last one, oof, I definitely haven't been coloring within the lines. Oh boy. If I were to shade that last one, then I would have shaded the last 1/4 piece. And if the question were how many parts are shaded, we would say what? 4/4 or 1 whole. Okay, great. Go ahead and move on. All right, let's practice and make sure you're understanding what the question is asking. I'll pause so that you can answer on your own, and then I'll go ahead and reveal the answer. So here we have a circle cut, and the first question is how many equal parts are shown? So the key word here, and I'm going to put it in yellow, is equal parts. Even though these aren't word problems, I mean they are, but with focus is fractions, we still want to make sure we pay attention to the keywords, guys. How many equal parts are shown in this model? I'll give you a second. All right, if you said 3, then the answer is correct. There are 3 equal parts in this model. Now the next question is how many parts are shaded? And this is where I always tell you guys to slow down and read the question. The key word here is shaded. They want to know how many parts are shaded. I'll give you a moment to figure that out. And if you said 1, and I should have changed my pencil to red. If you said 1, that is correct. There's only 1 part shaded. Now what we did is break apart the question. The 3 equal parts is what we call the denominator, the bottom number. The part shaded is what we are considering, and we just said it when we break the question apart. There's only 1 shaded. So now we can write the fraction knowing the denominator is the bottom number and knowing the numerator are the parts being considered. So what fraction is the shaded part? It is 1/3. Now for the second example, it says how many equal parts are shown in the model. Well, the model is exactly the same as the top model. So the parts did not change. We still have 3. Now, how many were shaded did change. Looking at the picture, how many were shaded? If you said 3, then you are also correct. So now that we know there are 3 parts and there are 3 shaded, our fraction is 3/3, or it equals 1 because the whole pizza is shaded 1. Now what I want to focus on today is because this will be what is on your independent practice is more so writing it in words. So let me erase this so we have room. So we have 3/3 or equals 1. Okay, the next question I want you to look at is circle the name. So now the names don't change. You just have to know that the denominator is still the number of parts. Well, there are 3. So we know that you don't call this 3/3 because it is fractions. We're dealing with thirds. And the top number, you say how many shaded? Well, there are 3/3. So it is 3/3. All right. Let's practice here more so. Adam has 1/3 of a pizza. Hillary has 2/6 of a pizza. And John has 3/8 of a pizza. Paying attention to how I say the denominator. 1/3, 2/6, 3/8. So now I want to draw what that looks like. When we're looking at the fraction, you want to look at the denominator first because that's going to tell us how many parts we need to cut the shape. Because this one is in thirds, we're going to put it into 3 equal parts. This is going to be eyeballing roughly. There you go. Now the top number tells us how many to consider or how many to shade. So since it's 1 out of 3 or 1/3, I'm going to shade 1 piece of the pizza. So that's 1/3 of John's pizza shaded. Hillary's pizza is a little different. It's 6ths. The denominator tells us how many pieces to cut. So remember, 6 are cousins of third. We did learn that. So in order to make 6, I'm going to first make thirds. And that is not equal. That is ugly. So let me erase that. And it's fine. All right, let's try that again. And okay, that's the best I'm going to do. That's thirds. Now, in order to get 6, I'm just going to cut this right in half, and now I have 6, roughly. It's the sloppiest picture I've ever done, but it's okay. Now, she has 2/6 as her fraction, So that means I'm going to shade 2 slices. And if some of you are noticing something we have not started yet, but I have talked about, I'm starting to see equivalent fractions. Equal fractions, guys. His 1 slice looks similar to her eating 2 slices. They actually ate the same amount. Just to touch on it, we won't go into too much detail. We'll go do that further. And then the final one is eighths. Eighths are cousins of fourths, and fourths are cousins of halves. So I'm going to half my pizza first. And then I'm going to make fourths. And then I'm going to make eighths. And that's close. Yeah, okay. And this means he ate 3, or we should be shading 3 because our numerator is 3. 1, 2, and 3. Now, just by looking at Miss San Juan's attempts of drawing fractions, it looks as if could be he ate more, but I'm thinking it could be equal, but we're not going to jump into equivalent fractions yet because I would provide you way better pictures. But I just wanted to show you how these look, how to draw them, knowing that the denominator or the bottom number are the parts, okay? Top number or the numerator are how many pieces to consider. And the last thing I want to focus on, and this is what I want you to pay attention to today's, because this is what's on the practice, is practice writing your fractions, not just giving me numbers, guys. So when you do your independent worksheet, make sure you read the directions. I want you to use your words and write out the fraction. So I'm going to have a text box here. Okay. So looking at the fraction here, we know that this is 1/2, or these are halves. Okay, so when I'm asking for halves, if I can see right here, we are spelling it H-A-L-V-E-S, halves. This particular fraction, I'll write it out, is 1 space half, 1/2. So anytime you're talking about halves, 1/2, 3 halves. If it's more than 1, that's why you spell, oops, what happened here? You spell halves. Here we have 4 pieces. It's not 1/4, it is 1/4. If 2 were shaded, they would be 2/4. 3/4. If they're more than 1 piece, you add the S to the word. Here we have eighths, not 8, we have eighths. So here this is 1/8. I'm spelling that wrong. Oh my gosh, hold on. There you go. Sorry about that. 1/8. If we shaded 2, it'd be 2/8. 3, 3/8. What I want you to focus on are these, guys. Halves, fourths, eighths. This one, oops, okay, that's done with that. If we were to do this one, this is, and I'm going to try and get this here. Oh, it's not. 1 second, guys. Okay. These are thirds. These would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6ths. And I'm writing it because I'm running out of time and the typing is taking a little too long. And the last one I want you to focus on is fifths. HS, fifths. Okay? That's what I want you to focus on your independent practice, and then there will be the exit slip for the day. I will see you guys day 3. Bye, guys.